Good afternoon. I'm Jordi Vaquer, and I'm the Regional Director for Europe of the Open Society Foundations, the philanthropy of George Soros. And in this position, my first mission, a bit more than 2 years ago, was the direct result of George Soros' speech in Berlin in October 2012, where he outlined two things. A very strong criticism of what was going on in the European Union and in the Eurozone at the moment. I'm not telling you anything new, it's public on this. And also at the same time, a very inspiring vision of solidarity. Greece, he said, does not need lessons. At this point, it needs also our solidarity. And those words that he pronounced in Berlin, it was our mission in the Open Society Foundation to transform into something tangible and real, into the concept of solidarity centers. That was the one that was used at this time. And I remember at that time coming and meeting the now chair of the board of this Solidarity Now endeavor, Stylianos Zavos, and he and many others in that first visit said all the same. Greek people have heard too many promises. They have heard too many words. The only thing that will be a success for this function is facts on the ground. Once we have facts on the ground, we will overcome all the resistance, all the opposition. And, well, there's some facts on the ground, isn't there? Here, for example. I'd like to make three quick references to this journey, all the way from that first vision in Berlin, outlined in Berlin, to today. And the first one is the impressive leadership of the partners of the two Solidarity Centers that we have in Thessaloniki and in Athens. The leadership of the mayors, as Ambassador Schuller has also said, was fundamental because it was so easy. It was so easy to just stay with the obstacles. And it would have been so easy for them to just say it's too complicated, it's too toxic in the public opinion, there's too many bureaucratic problems in the road. And instead of that, I remember that we always joke, all the people in OSF who have worked with this, that our first word in Greek is frurarchio. And we heard this word for the first time, and Mayor Kaminis said, we have this big space where we're running this very successful solidarity hub in the ground floor, but we don't have the resources to put the first floor to use. And at that time we say, now that's what we need to do. We don't want to go small, we don't want to go only with punctual actions, we really want a symbol of this Solidarity Now enterprise. And it was, in fact, difficult, but a lot less than everyone told us. And in fact, everyone expected it to be much harder. And in the end, here it is. I don't want to put the stress, though, on what we did or what the mayors did. I want to focus on two groups. One is the NGOs. The NGOs have been by far the best part of coming 2.5 years to Greece. Because to find organizations, many of which were suffering enormously themselves as organizations because of the crisis, that were taking onto their shoulders impossible tasks. And there is something about the organizations in your country you need to be very proud of. When you see the doctors working for no pay or for much lower pay than they could get, when you see the people who decide not to emigrate, to stay here and to actually make a change in the organizations, and I think we need to mention the ones that work here, Praxis, Arsis, Network for Children Rights, and Together for the Children, who are the ones based here offering services, but also the many others we have collaborated with in other parts of Greece. When you see how they operate, when you see how they have overcome 10 times bigger obstacles than we have, and they continue to do so, I think the word is a privilege for us to work with them. So my admiration for the professionalism and passion that have made in less than 3 months, if you come any morning to this space, you will see it. This is already a success. This is families coming every day and getting their legal needs, their psychosocial needs, their health needs being taken care. No questions asked, it's only the need that counts, not where you come from, not whether or not your status is legal, non-legal, Greek, non-Greek, new poor, old poor. All of those is left at the door. And my second thought is for the users, for the people who come here with terrible needs, and that has not been the nicest part of working for 2.5 years in this project. Because every time you talk to all these fantastic NGOs and all these visionary mayors, you also hear the stories behind the crisis. And you also put the faces to these parents who cannot afford heating their house properly and have to see their children being sick without being able to give them the home that they need, the cancer patients falling out of coverage, these kids that have traveled Iran and Turkey to arrive to Greece and live in terrible conditions under the bridges near the port of Patra. And of course, when you start putting faces to all of this, you realize that this massive failure of Greece, but also of Europe, I must say, this massive failure has a human face, or thousands of human faces. And this will not be solved by the Solidarity Center, or by however many Solidarity Centers we could build. And we're not kidding ourselves that it will. But the fact is that with the help of Greek NGOs, with the help of the mayors, in northern Greece, with the support of Greek philanthropists, it also needs to be said, there's also Greek money behind the Solidarity now, and with the support of Norway and EEA grants, we have managed to, at least in many cases, to provide very specific, very real solutions to, now we can say it, thousands of people already. Let me finish with a wish. So this is an old building, the old military barracks, and it gained a new life, not because of this, even before of that, because of the municipality of Athens transforming it into their Solidarity Hub. I wish this is not the last incarnation of the Frurarchio. I wish this center at some point becomes obsolete, and we need to reinvent it. And it remains a space for NGOs and civil society and for people meeting and coming together, but not a space for people in dire need, people who have fallen out of the system, and people who have suffering. If that happens, that's the best news. If the center becomes obsolete and gains a new life, that would be, I think, the real fulfillment of the vision of solidarity, which was the one that inspired us at the very beginning. In the meantime, we're proud, we're happy that we're helping these brave Greek NGOs to really make a difference in thousands of lives every day. And my last word is to say, if you're in Athens, come tomorrow, come after tomorrow without your ties, and just see it for yourselves. Because this is already a building full of life and full of action. Thank you.